on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we're taking a look at the newest Mattel Elite Series 93, which is now in stock and shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. As always, use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order at checkout. So I'm excited for this new Elite Series. I feel like it's been a while. Elite 92 came out a few months back. And again, we've kind of had a little bit of a lull the last few months, and all this new product has been coming out. And I'll tell you what, Elite 93 definitely has a little something for everyone. You got some legends, you got some current guys, you got some NXT guys. Definitely, you know, very excited to have this wave. And taking a look at the figures we're reviewing today, we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat with the first time ever the WCW Television Championship belt, as well as Seth Rollins. Very excited to see the new jacket technology that Mattel was really pushing on this figure. And we have TBar. I'll be honest, not super excited. That Retribution gimmick really did not last long, and you know, it took so long for these figures to come out that these gimmicks are kind of obsolete. But anyways, taking at the figures in the packaging on the side, you get the nameplates, flipping them all the way around. You got the awesome images of each wrestler. Flipping it to the back, you got the other images as well as the read-up and the other figures in the wave. Let's come back and crack all three of these figures out of their packaging. First up for this review, we have TBar, and as far as the accessories go, he comes with two open interchangeable glove hands. He does come with an interchangeable head. So you got one with his mask on, one with a mask off and just the face paint. He comes with his cloth jacket that does have a hood on in the back, so I don't know how much you can get it over the head. Maybe not quite too much. More so to drape off to the back. You can see that on the side. And removing the coat off of the figure. You can see it's very thin. Not too thick of a jacket. Kind of similar to the material that we've been getting with the cloth soft goods shirts. So this is kind of nice. No complaints here. Very plain, very simple. Got some cuts too in the back. You can see where it drapes on the corners. He does come with these two huge elbow pads, which will look a little oversized, but hope we can get these on Goldberg figure. Maybe a little smaller size, but that's what this kind of reminds me of. They don't seem to fit the arms too great. The arms are actually kind of small, and he's got these big, bulky pads. I guess that's what he wears, the attire. I'm not too sure, to be honest. But if you want to look at the head scan real quick, I don't really like the detail on it. I don't know if it's mine, but something just looks off on his eyes. What do you guys think? Has a nice kind of mold to it. You can see the mask on the bottom here. Nice kind of like mesh material kind of feel here. That's pretty cool. I do like that. You can see, I guess that's the face paint. Scrolling down from the back of his head. It's kind of hard to tell. And the mold on the back of the mask. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care for this head scan. It just looks weird. I don't know, it looks like he has no eyes. But if you want to swap the head and put the unmasked head on, you can see what it looks like. Personally, I like this look a little better. And look at these elbow pads, man. They're too big. They slide off. Definitely, I think this looks a lot better than the mask itself. But I mean, if you're going to go with Retribution, I would think that the mask sculpts look more for the gimmick itself anyway. He does have a smaller torso and it just looks weird proportion wise. So I think these the lower legs or this mold is based off of the Sergeant Slaughter we just got from the Elite 89. I don't know, just something looks off about it. I don't know if they just don't really fit. You got the smaller torso and it's like I guess his hips are just like wider, a lot wider, significantly. Something about that doesn't look quite right to me. He's got the plain tall black boots. He's got the Retribution logo on there right here. Nice painted buckle. I do like that. And that's pretty much it. He does have these armbands up here. If you can see that. And he does have the double jointed pinless elbows. I feel like his arms are a little too small. I don't know. I know Dijakovic is a bigger guy. But I don't know how I feel about this figure. Honestly, I haven't really liked any of the Retribution figures, to be honest. It's just, like I said earlier in the video, I just feel like the gimmick just didn't go anywhere, and the figures just came out way too late. They never really picked up steam. And, you know, I don't really have any other figures to compare it with because I don't have the basic Dijakovic figure, but I figured since they did feud a lot, here is Keith Lee next to TBar, and just to give you an idea on some size comparisons. Next up, we have Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, and for his accessories, you get 2 interchangeable mic holding hands. And the main selling point for me, personally, I am very excited. For the first time in the line, we have the WCW World Television Championship title, and that looks freaking sweet. Look at that. You got WCW logo on the top. Got the nice globe, nice shiny vac finish. Let's look at the belt from the backside. And I'll be honest, this is the main selling point for me. I can't wait to get multiples. I would love to throw this on, like, say, my Scott Hall or Booker T, especially. You know, a lot of the later WCW run. I didn't really watch a lot of Ricky the Dragon Steamboat in WCW, so I'm not really nostalgic for this figure. He's always been a WWF guy to me. But, you know, I love that we're getting a ton more WCW belts. If you want a comparison, here's the United States Championship belt. Now we have the Television Championship belt for the first time. It looks pretty sweet. And one thing I'm going to point out, so I sloppily put it on his shoulder because for some reason I feel like this was really a pain in the ass to kind of port in the back. I don't know if you guys can see that. This plastic material just feels a little different. I don't know if Mattel is using something, maybe a new plastic mold or what, but look how easily this ports in. Barely any effort. I feel like I was trying for a good 5 minutes. I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to end up taking it off the figure anyway to show the belt. But it doesn't really close as nice, if you can see that. So that's going to be a little struggle. Maybe I have to heat it. But other than that, the belt does look really good. You get these 2 kind of big, I don't know what you want to call them, open hands, kind of like palming hands, kung fu hands, whatever you want to call it. I admit they do look a little large in scale. I mean, let's bring one of the mic holding hands. A little big, but you know what? It is what it is. It kind of, it fits the gimmick for what it is. So I could take it or leave it. It's not the end of the world. I know a lot of people are complaining about that. Look at the head scan. That is a great likeness to Ricky the Dragon. Steamboat looks really good. I love the scan. Got the smile going there. And for the first time, the first Mattel figure where you can finally remove the headband. It looks pretty good, man. I really like it. The hair looks a little coiffed. Like it's a little kind of flat toppy look to fit this headband, but it does go on pretty easy and does seem to stay in there. So that is pretty nice. I am a fan of that. And if you want to see the headband real quick, very plain, very simple, but again, works for this figure. He's got the cut torso, and look at the gear. He's got the big dragon on the front. Absolutely love it. Dragon on the back. And again, there is a chase to this figure where he's got the like yellow attire. So that is another one to track down if you guys are completists. Maybe I'll get that figure. I'm not too sure if I really need it for my collection. Take a look at the boots. Got the dragons on them as well. And comparison time. Let's bring in... This is the fan takeover. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat from his WrestleMania match. You want to see the head scan? They both look pretty good. I mean, no complaints here. I know a lot of people were kind of complaining because we kept getting Ricky with the headband. So Mattel, listen, kudos to them for listening to the audience. And you can see the differences. And I don't know why I opened that because I can never tie them back that easily. But if you guys want to see the torso, it is the same. I think the skin tone, is he a tad darker, the WCW version, maybe? This one has the double-jointed pinless elbows versus the single-jointed. And if you are curious, let's remove the hands. You can throw the gi on there. See how that looks. Again, I don't know if this is accurate, but if this is something you wanted to do, let's see how it looks. Why not? Put those hands back on. I could port that in. There you go. One more hand. Now here's going to be the challenge. Can I tie this damn belt around the figure? We'll get the headband on there. Here we go. My big clumsy hands tying this belt on the camera. All right, seems like it won't be too much of an issue. There you go. So, get a little posability to it. That looks pretty sweet too. Like I said, I don't know if that's accurate or not, but if you wanted to throw the gi on there, that looks pretty cool too. And in case you're wondering, this is what the TV title looks like on Harlem Heat Booker T. And the bad guy, Scott Hall himself. Next up, we have Seth Rollins, and his accessories include 2 interchangeable hands. And I will admit, I was very excited for this figure. I'm just going to point it out right now. I think my face scan may have a little bit of a misprint on his eyes. What do you guys think? I think they may be printed a little off or a little higher, but it is what it is. Maybe I can get one of his basic figures or something to swap it out. If that's the case, I got to go back on Ringside's website and compare the face scan, but I think it's slightly off. But you can see he's got the smiling kind of scan where his mouth is open. It's got the man bun in the back. I do like that. And the big selling point on this, so this is some new technology that Mattel has implemented. So this is a rubber jacket mold, you guys can see, but it's got the ability to move his arms where you can at least get some posability out of it. Like any prior rubber coats that we've gotten in the past from Mattel, it was impossible to move their arms and really get any articulation or any poses. But you know what? I'm going to sit here and call it out. It's a step better, I feel, but it still doesn't really allow you to do much other than bend his arms. That's literally the only articulation you get. You can't really move it up, and if you guys can see, it's the seams here. It is kind of like glued. Take a look on the inside. So I wouldn't mess with that too much because I feel like it can come apart. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's some slight gappage. I feel like if you move it a lot, you're going to rip this rubber because it is a lot lighter. Definitely a lot softer of a material, but you get the flex at the arm, as you can see there, and that's really it. So I thought we were going to be able to get a little more articulation with the arms itself. You can maybe rotate a little bit, but I feel like that may put a little pressure on this rubber. Definitely some new innovative stuff Mattel's thinking of giving a shot. I don't know if this is quite perfect yet, just like the Ringside Undertaker with the shirt that comes down, the rubber shirt that comes down. You know, that one was something cool to have, something a little different, but I don't feel like it was quite like perfect on the figure. It still needed a little more work. I'm going to say the same with this jacket, but here's the question now. Let's see how easy it is to remove it. And of course, I always recommend removing the hands. And yeah, it seems like it's pretty easy to remove. And we'll get a closer look at this jacket. Like I said, it's very stretchy. So definitely a step in the right direction. I do like that they've heard our comments. I mean, it took a while because we've been complaining about those rubber jackets for a while. And they made the change to kind of, you know, combat it somehow. Come out with some type of solution. I get they can't give us a cloth jacket with everything. Especially with these jackets that have some detail like this. You can see it's got a little pattern on the sleeve or on the arm. Got the nice fur here. And here's what I was talking about with the seams. So that's how it looks like it's a vest, and the arm is kind of glued in there. So aesthetically, I mean, you can kind of see it from the side here, where there's a little gappage. I'm not crazy about that, and I don't like these big little molds here either. I feel like this is definitely it's gonna break at some point. That's just my opinion. I don't know if that's true or not, but the way it feels in my hands, it just feels a little flimsy. But the jacket itself has some nice detail, and if you're gonna display them with this coat on, and get like kind of the arm pose up, it's perfect. It hits all the notes that you need for your shelf. But as far as like play, I don't know if this is something that would really last the test of time. And this drives me nuts. I wish they, you know, it's weird because they say they can only mold the pins on the arms or on the hands in one color, but I've definitely seen figures where it's, you know, one solid color. I think even the new Ultimate Edition Triple H, where he's got the white wrist tape, has this painted white. So I don't know, man, that just, it needs to be taken care of. This is something that's kind of like, I don't know, just takes away from the figure if you ask me. But Rollins does have the nice chest hair that we've seen with his prior elites. Double jointed pinless elbows, which I absolutely love. He's got the back tattoo. And look at his gear. I really do like how that came out. Got the Rollins logo on the side. Got the nice design on the kick pads as well. Different design on the other kick pad. This looks really nice. Got the SR on the knee pad. I really do dig this figure. It is nice. Again, the head scan. Take a look at it without the jacket on. All in all, I think this is a solid figure. Let's come back and we'll do some Rollins comparisons. And comparison time. So on the left, we have one of my favorites. We got the White Ranger gear with the white and gold Seth Rollins. And on the right, we have a top pick Seth Rollins. And on the right, we have the Amazon Fan Takeover Elite Seth Rollins. And still what is probably my favorite Seth Rollins and my favorite gimmick of Rollins of all time, the cash-in Seth. I personally thought he was at his top of his game here. I'm not a fan of the Rollins we have now. He's goofy. He's, I don't know, just... I feel I just liked him more when he was a serious character. I'm not crazy about all this laughing and kind of hyena shit, but that is my Rollins comparisons. And before we wrap up, if you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. For you guys new to the channel, thank you so much for checking out this video review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll stick around for more reviews down the road. For all you guys who've been following me and continue to support me, thank you again. I really do appreciate it. As far as these figures go, I'm going to start off with TBar. I'm not a fan of it, as you can tell from my comments earlier. It just, something looks off on the head scan. I do like the other interchangeable head better than the mask scan. It kind of looks like a bullshit Bane, but I don't know. If you guys are a fan of Retribution, then obviously you're going to need to complete it, but I don't think you need this for your collection, and the proportions just look off. I'm actually debating whether this would be a good fix-up for a custom Bryan Adams NWO. I may throw the gear on, see if I can remove this logo, only if I could find the right head. I'm thinking maybe I can get away with maybe an Elias head if I kind of modify it, but that's my idea with him. I doubt I'm going to keep him on display, just not my cup of tea. Seth Rollins, I really do like the figure. I think aesthetically it looks really nice with the jacket. It just has a nice look to it. The design of the jacket, like I said earlier, I just don't know how it's going to stand the test of time with a rubber. If you're going to use it on display, I think it fits the bill perfectly. I don't think, you're going to have too many issues as long as you're not removing it on and off too much. So the jacket itself looks nice. The figure looks great. If there's going to be any gripe, it's going to be my head scan, I think, is off a little, but that's not really Mattel's fault, unfortunately, just kind of maybe a QC thing. The gear, I absolutely love. So definitely do recommend Rollins. And I think Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is definitely my favorite from the set of these three. I love the WCW Television Championship belt. I love the removable headband. His gear looks great, so definitely highly recommend all three of these, and you can grab them now at ringsidecollectibles.com. Don't forget to use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order. I'll be posting a ton more pictures on my Instagram at AlexWestCollect, so make sure to check me out on there. Hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you on the next one.